Good afternoon, folks. Got my compadre Sean here, and we're doing an overnight trip here, starting on the Buncombe Horse Trail behind us. We're heading up to Maple Camp Bald, which is just below the Black Mountain Crest Trail, which takes you to Mount Mitchell. We're doing a loop here. It's a hike I did about 3 years ago. It's approximately 15 miles, a lot of elevation gain. We're doing about 5.5 miles to get to camp tonight. Supposed to be 35 degrees at camp was the forecast, but clear skies. So first cold night camping of the season. Gonna have a great time, and we're gonna get on the Black Mountain Crest Trail in the morning using Big Tom spur, come down Colbert Ridge to make a loop to where the car is parked. So it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna show you guys a lot of footage, so hang in there. Gonna have a good time. It's a little waterfall cascading off the rock face above us. It's not flowing real good, but it's still pretty. This is the Middle Creek. First creek crossing of the trail so far. Got a little cascade up ahead. Quite picturesque. I didn't remember how pretty it was. But you can go fishing here and have some luck catching something. Maybe a native brook trout.
Is that called Middle Creek?
Yeah. That is freaking awesome.
Yo, this.
Dude, I wish I could catch that on recording. I wonder how many's in the pack.
I think it's killing something, man.
Maybe they're attacking the lesser member of the pack. Well, they could be killing something too, though, because I know they get hysterical when they kill something. So we are at camp here. We made it at about 9 o'clock, and it turned out to be 6.4 miles. Or actually, it was sorry, it was a little bit more than 6.4 miles. I have to double check that. But turned out to be more than the 5.5 miles because I didn't take into account the 0.6 of a mile road walk. The water's almost boiling. Yeah, we made it to camp at 9, and we're all set up here. Got the water boiling for the dinner. This time I got a Mountain House chicken teriyaki. I usually like the backpacker's pantry, but went with this just for this overnight. And got Sean coming over. Oh, my tent's over there. See the city lights in the distance. I'll show you everything here in a little bit if I can get it on the footage. If not, I'll show you guys the camp in the morning, but I'm going to try here once we're done eating. I'll show you guys around a little bit more. All right, it is midnight, and I'm looking out here from our camp at Maple Camp Bald, and a city, we believe it's Spruce Pine, if we're looking at it correctly. Might be more of a southern direction though, and it's kind of hard to tell when you're looking on the map. Could be Marion, or it could be north to Spruce Pine, but anyway, it's pretty expansive, all these city lights. And in the morning we'll be able to show you more, but if you could see the silhouette of the ridge, that's where the Black Mountain Crest Trail is, which I'll show you in the morning. And here's my tent. Yeah, it's chilly up here. It's going down to 35 tonight. Feels like it's already almost there. It's pretty darn cold. I was shivering until I put on my base layer under my down jacket. But yeah, it's going to be a good night. Should be cozy once I get in there because I brought my 0 degree bag, my Marmot Never Summer bag. to make sure that I stay toasty warm. There's the moon, it's almost full. Good night, y'all. Talk to you in the morning. Show you guys around camp here since I didn't get a chance to really show you last night. It's too dark. The camp chair fell down. It's gorgeous. Just love these early morning sunrises. It's so beautiful. Check out that cloud just moving right over the ridge. That's pretty cool. Big Tom Spur's an ass kicker, huh, Sean?
Yeah, so far.
We got it, though.
Halfway there.
Almost. Hella good, huh, Sean?
Did I get in your picture?
No, you're good. So I took this spur trail from Deep Gap right off the Black Mountain Crest Trail to come down to this forest road, which will take you to Winter Star Road and to Cattail Creek Community, and in turn you could also make a loop back to Horse Rock on the Black Mountain Crest Trail using this forest road. So one day I'm going to come back here and explore more of it and see exactly where all it leads, because there might be some surprises here that may be of interest, but I will definitely record it and show it to you guys. But until then, I head back to Deep Gap because I got Sean waiting for me. I just wanted to come down here. I know I've been here before. I've at least been on a couple tenths of a mile of it, but I wanted to find it again. It's pretty easy to find. It's right at the it's an obvious intersection where it comes into the Black Mountain Crest Trail right before you get to the Colbert Ridge Trail at the base of Winter Star Mountain. So here's the view as we're descending the Colbert Ridge trail. I don't remember exactly where it was because I've only done this trail once. And I did the loop in the opposite direction 3 years ago. So I came up Colbert Ridge. But yeah, it's a pretty nice view. A little bit lower elevation than where we were. I didn't check the elevation here, but it's at least 1,000 or more feet lower than where we were up on the Crest Trail. There you have it. All right, so ladies and gents, the trip is coming to an end here, almost back to the car. Just want to put this out there. If you're thinking about doing this loop, so the way I did it the first time, I came up Colbert Ridge and I got on the Black Mountain Crest Trail Deep Gap, and I went south to go down the Big Tom Spur, which is very steep, but it's only 4/10 of a mile, about 400 feet descent the way I went. And I got on the Buncombe Horse Trail, and I went to Maple Camp Bald, which is a marvelous campsite. You could fit several tents there. Not good for hammock camping, there's no trees, hence the name Bald. But anyway, yeah, we did it in the opposite direction this time. We went clockwise, whereas the first time I went counterclockwise. But either way, it's a great loop. It's approximately 14.5 miles. I don't remember the elevation gain the first time I did it, but I'll enclose, or I'll disclose the elevation gain for the way we did it on this trip in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe. Really helps me out a lot so I can continue to put out more videos. Thank you. All right, folks, so we got back to the vehicle, and in our fine tradition of ending a hike with our friends, I have decided to ask Sean a series of short questions, short answers to some easy questions about the hike that we just did. So Sean, I'm gonna take it to you. All right, so what'd you think about this hike?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. My most favorite part about it was actually being on the Crest Trail and being able to, bag 3 6,000 footers, back to back to back. And it's real cool being up there on that ridge above 6,000 feet pretty much the whole time until you get down in the Deep Gap. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right, cool. My next question will be, as far as the 4 hikes we've done this year together in our group, this one being the only one where the other guys couldn't make it. So how would you rate the hikes we've done? We had Middle Prong was the first one, then we did Forney Ridge to Forney Creek, and we did the Gregory Bald loop, and now this loop. So how would you rate it in terms of your favorite to your least favorite?
This is I would say, favoritism wise, second favorite this year. My first favorite, I would say Gregory Bald, probably the one I've enjoyed the most this year. But so this hike, the second favorite. The only downside of this hike is man, you were either going uphill or downhill. Not a lot of in between for this hike. So
What about the other two? What'd you think about those two, Middle Prong and Forney Ridge, Forney Creek?
yeah, so Middle Prong, that was a close second to this. So my next favorite, so third place, would be Middle Prong, and Forney Ridge would be my least. Even though I got to hit Klingman's Dome on that hike, man, it was an ass kicker.
All right, cool. My last question for you. What hike do you most want to do next year when the hiking season begins? Because you've said that you don't have gear for winter, and the hiking season for you is more or less the warmer months.
Yeah.
So most anticipated hike for you that you'd most like to do next hiking season?
So that would actually be a hike I've wanted to do this year. I just haven't got the time to do it, or the opportunity to do it, and that would be from Clingman's Dome to Cades Cove, and maybe, you know, on that same hike, go through Spence Field. But that is a hike I definitely want to try and do next year. It's just the mileage wise, I would need to do it in 3 days, and it's real difficult finding 3 days to do it in with 2 overnights, you know. But I would definitely like to do Clingman's Dome to Cades Cove, and then do the loop around Cades Cove. Maybe on one of the days where they don't allow vehicles in. You know, that'd be real cool. So.
Okay, Sean, thanks a lot. Appreciate your input. And so now I just want to say one last thing here. In closing, I did tell you guys in the previous video when I ended my section hike on the AT, where I was out there 6 days, that I'd go back and finish the final 40 miles. So I've made arrangements. In mid-October I'm going back, and I'm going south from Winding Stair Gap back to the Around the Bend hostel, where my vehicle will be parked, because they have instances of break-ins in cars at the Dix Creek Gap Road there. You know, people have been stealing catalytic converters and stuff. So one thing you got to be wary of out here when you park your car, even in it's like this, where my vehicle is parked. I mean, we have all these other cars parked beside it, but just a word of caution, if you want to do hikes in remote places, you know, they've had a lot of instances of that, car break-ins, and, you know, more recently, catalytic converters being stolen for the precious metals in them. But yeah, I'm not saying that would happen, because chances are slim. It's just I'd rather put my vehicle someplace safe. So I'm going to do it that way, shuttle back to Winding Stair Gap, and finish my section hike, and then I'll have the 511 miles from Springer to Fox Creek, Virginia complete. So anyway, I just want to let you guys know that. Thanks again, and as always, stay safe out on there on the trails.